Hi, everyone, and welcome to Play on K, the Korean drama podcast with Emily
and Raquel.
This is the show where we take a K-drama, we watch it 2 episodes at a time, and then we get together here every week to talk about it.
Yes, this week we watched episodes 5 and 6 of Happiness.
And we maybe got too excited and watched them early, so we're recording early because it's just that good. Like, this is our show. I don't know, I can't speak for you. I'm living for this show.
Speak for me.
Okay. Speaking for us as one person, as we often do, because we are. This is our show. We're living.
Yeah.
This is us.
It's crazy to say this. I might have said the exact same thing last week. It's crazy to say this after watching a masterpiece and then coming straight into Happiness. But the way I'm just really excited to hit play on these episodes every week is it's such a it's a different world. We only have stuff like this come along. Actually, like, I remember feeling kind of similarly to Study Group, where I was just like hyped to hit play on Study Group. And I feel very much the same way about Happiness. I'm in it. I am anxious the whole episode in a great way because I have to know what's going to happen. Sometimes I do have to speed it up because I'm like, my heart can't live with like the suspense they're building. So I have to like watch it at like 1.25 or 1.5.
I mean, that's kind of how I felt at the end of episode 6, which is why I was like, here we go. Love you so much. I know you're probably busy this weekend, but if you just want to binge those episodes for me, I kind of need some relief from this.
We have to know.
I have to know what's happening with Sebom.
Yeah.
I'll find out. Maybe today. Thank God.
Yeah. And now we have a whole new cliffhanger to be anxious about, which, cool.
But not for long, because we can go watch the episodes.
Yeah.
It's gonna be good. We've got so much to talk about in these 2 episodes. Do you have hot takes?
I did, but I didn't write it down. Shoot.
Right?
Give me what's your hot take? Let me think about mine.
I always put you on because I'm like, well, while you talk, I'll remember mine.
I do remember it had something to do with us being wrong.
I remember my hot take, which was us being right, in that this is the most toxic couple we've ever seen in a K-drama ever. And I'm obsessed with them. Like, I'm in love with their love. And I'm still fully a rational adult who's like, they are bad people.
Yeah, they're not good. They're not good. Rough. That, like, what was it? Episode 5, when he makes some questionable decisions as a cop who's trained to function under pressure. And she just hugs him and is like, I get it.
And my heart is like exploding during that hug. I'm like, yes, I love them so much. I love that he has a person who understands him and loves him even through all his broken parts. And then, rational me is very much like, girl, run.
But also run from yourself because you're the same.
You're the same problem. You're absolutely the same kind of problem.
Yeah.
They're so cute, and I'm obsessed with them. And I hate it. I hate it because they're so terrible.
They're terrible. They're so stressful. They are like, the way that they function under their roles as officers of the law is exactly what we fear officers doing.
Yeah. This is not optimal.
Mm-mm.
But here we are. Do you remember your hot take?
I wish.
Oh no.
Yeah, we were wrong about something, and I can't remember exactly what it was. So I'm scanning back through some of the plot points in my brain. I don't think it was about was it I almost want to say it was about Taesok.
Ooh, but he had so much going on in these episodes.
Yeah. But I don't remember
bring it up when we get into it.
Yeah, maybe we should just let our hot take be that the main characters are horrible people that we are obsessed with.
It's not surprising.
Yeah.
They're so beautiful.
They're so beautiful. They could get away with so much, and we'd be like, God, but they're so hot.
And they are. That's literally what's happening.
Yeah. And at least they're not rich.
Thank God. Okay. Roll the transition. We'll get into it. We start episode 5 with the internet and the TV going dark. They are fully locked in.
Yeah.
We find out much later that more utilities are going to go out. But for now, they're like, no TV, no internet, no phone service. It feels odd to me, like, as a quarantine zone. You can turn off the TV, I don't care. But don't shut down my internet or my phone service. I need to be able to call my mom. That's crazy town.
Yeah, what do you mean? I'm guessing it's to like contain the spread of information, right? Like they don't want that one kid streaming constantly, and he did anyway, so they were like, okay, well, bye.
But again, it's like, how out of hand does this need to get before the information needs to get out? I don't understand. I'm not a good decision maker.
Yeah,
Apparently.
and it does suck in the sense that literally by the end of like the episodes, they have actually like Taeseok made the decision to just let people see what an infected person was like, and he was like, just make sure no one gets hurt. And I'm sitting here thinking, how do you stage a situation where an infected person is running around these protesters without anyone getting hurt?
I don't know.
And it's not even so. Where do you stand on that technique of showing people how serious the issue is?
It felt I'm clearly not as embedded in politics as Hante Sok, so it's easy for me to be like, it seems like a bad move because a lot of people are going to get hurt and you're releasing this disease upon innocent civilians who are expressing their right to freedom of speech. But he's always 10 moves ahead. He's like, I know how the politicians are going to react to this. I know how the civilians are going to react to this. I know how the press is going to react. And I know that at the end of the day, it's just going to get us more time and more money to try and find a cure. And I'm like, dang. Like, he does bring that up, I think, top of episode 6. He's like, Lieutenant, you have to make your decision of how bloody you want your hands to get. Because I've made my decision. I'm getting pretty bloody in here.
I'm covered in it. I'm swimming.
I am a bad guy. I am the villain of this show.
Yeah.
And that is purely so that I can find the cure to this. Yeah. And that's fine. I can be everybody's villain as long as I cure everybody. And I'm like, dang. Yeah. That's complicated.
And I feel like the perspective of knowing who is calling shots above him, like that CEO who is horrific, who is Satan.
Yeah.
It's almost like by comparison, my brain starts to be like, he's not so bad.
Right? Which I think you're supposed to do.
Yeah. It's just
you're
tough.
You're supposed to forgive.
When you've got like an anti-hero where he's like not a good dude, but he is a hero in a sense. Like he is the only person at this point working toward like the greater good. He's just doing it in such a stressful way, but I can't judge him because the whole situation is fucked.
Yeah. It's all out of hand. But he's the guy that's like, Lieutenant, how many drugs did we test yesterday? And she's like, 5 different ones, and everybody died. It just is wiping people out. And he's like, okay, go again. And I'm like, how? Yeah, you have to have one of those, I guess, to eventually get a cure. And it is easier to write off in this scenario where it's not a COVID-19 that's like, it is killing people, but they're not viciously mutilating each other before they die. They're just dying. Yeah. And that's really hard, but it's harder to justify like unethical human testing versus when they're zombies. He gets a little bit of a pass, an ethical pass to be like, these guys have not become human again in a very long time. So give them the treatment and see if it works. Whoops,
Yeah.
they died.
Unfortunately, they weren't coming back anyway if we don't figure out a cure. So
yeah, it's a really dark timeline, and I'm not mad at him for anything he does, even though it's all wrong and bad.
Yeah. Yep, I'm pretty much Team Taesok at this point, unfortunately, but like...
Unfortunately, because it's really good writing. He's a really bad person who's doing the right thing in terrible ways, very similar to our mains. But damn, finding out about his wife, getting that backstory.
Yeah, that was so tough in a lot of ways because we see a worse version of him who's not fighting to save anyone. He's just trying to get a new medication approved under any circumstances he needs to make it happen.
Mm-hmm.
And then that happens to his wife and everything changes.
Kind of.
Yeah, he's still pretty bad.
He's very similar in that he wants to get drugs approved very quickly, but yeah, it is more, you feel a lot more compassion for him when he's got this driving force. And I'm a sucker for Eat the Rich, and I feel like he's like, the chairman is my absolute worst enemy, and I am using him until the end. I will get everything I can out of this relationship, and then we'll see what happens.
Yeah.
We'll see what I'm... You go
There
ahead.
was a part of me that wanted to see him shut the power off on the chairman and be like, yeah, everyone who's quarantined got the light shut out.
But he's like, I need him.
Yeah.
I will keep him for as long as I need him.
Which,
and I
yeah,
can really respect that.
Yeah. Use him. He's using everyone else. He's using your wife to manipulate you. At every opportunity, he makes sure to hold that carrot right in front of you. Remember your wife and baby? Yeah, I don't blame him for being not such a good guy.
Right? I'm not mad at Taesok. He's doing terrible things for good reasons. I don't know. It's not great.
Yeah.
There's so many meetings at the gym that I kind of have conflated them all in my head. So I'm going to try and keep track of each one of them. But there's one at the top of episode 5 where it's so weird to feel this far behind, where there's a meeting at the gym and someone's like, we saw zombies. They're real. And it's like the cleaning lady and the 2 cops have seen the zombies, and so they're like, you're renters though. So don't really believe you. And I love Sebum's always like, then just go outside. Like, if you want us to unlock the doors, we'll unlock the doors. But we're going to let you out, and we're probably going to lock them behind you, just so you know.
They will be locked again. Like, no one is forcing you to be here, but good luck out there.
Right? And I love that response because it's so easy.
Mm-hmm.
It's easy to get like riled up and start to think of all these convoluted solutions to people being like, I don't believe you because you're poor. And she's like, you don't have to believe me. I don't care if you do. If you'd like to leave, I will show you the door. It's so classy. I love it.
Yeah. It's the only response at this point too. It's tough because they're doing such a good job of illustrating like things that I really remember from like COVID and the quarantine and how all of the different opinions of how it should be handled played out even on the micro level of within this apartment building. And then at the macro level of the world and how, like governments were handling it and everything. It is a little bit flashback, like PTSD flashback, where I
it's
think
hard because
of...
you had the America version.
Yeah.
I was in Japan, where it was like pretty top down.
Yeah.
People are just going to tell you, here's what to shut down, here's what to open up, here's how to open up. Here's what everybody's gonna be doing. And I wasn't mad at that. I'm a rule follower.
Yeah.
So I was very comfortable.
I would have done so well in a country that had a more collective approach to it. Because where my mind was trying to approach it from collective, I was living with my very individualistic family because they are Americans. Americans are typically pretty naturally individualistic. And that was something.
We don't want rules here.
Yeah.
We want freedom.
How dare people tell me what to do at the expense of my business? I'd rather my business stay open and everybody who comes here dies. At least they'll spend money.
But even that's the business level. Like, it was to the level of I won't wear a mask because I don't want to. It's like there is no reason for you to not want to.
It was to the level. Here's a fun anecdote that was a real fucking thing. There was a person who was a manager at a grocery store during the pandemic that I knew. That person had actually personally helped me at a different grocery store in a different town when I got locked out of my car, and he helped unlock it, and then he happened to move to our hometown and become the manager of the grocery store there. And I always remembered that. He was a very nice guy. He was nearing retirement. I know this because he was friends with my mom. We didn't know that when he helped me. He didn't know who I was. I didn't know who he was. But he was nearing retirement, and someone walked into the grocery store that was functioning under corporate rules of people need to be wearing masks inside. And the manager tried to enforce that, and the guy got, because the guy wore a mask over his eyes or something. He took a face mask, cut out eye holes, and wore it over his eyes, and he was like, I'm wearing a mask. He was just being a belligerent piece of shit. This manager of the grocery store tried to enforce it. The guy got more belligerent with him, started intimidating his employees. Finally, it reached a point where the manager, not even hard, but just was trying to get the man to leave the store, and there was a push involved. Right before retirement, the manager lost his job. Because that's how people here in the United States at the time were functioning, was individualistic. If someone told them what to do, they made a joke about it and cost people their jobs and felt good about that because they felt like their rights were being imposed upon. And that is so perfectly illustrated inside of this K-drama, because we're seeing these people who are feeling imposed upon, not caring at a bigger level about what happens to the other people. You see the lawyer's storyline is maddening.
It's wild. He takes so many turns in these 2 episodes.
Yes.
I lost my shit when he went down to try and open the door for my favorite zombie. Gonna call him out as I sees him, King of the Zombies. I love that guy.
What a bad person.
Because there's a point, sidetrack for just a moment, where Hyun is like, people don't commit crimes unless they're convenient. That's why most people commit crimes, because the door was left unlocked or the bike was just sitting there. And so if we don't give these zombies a reason to come in here, there's not free blood laying around. They're not going to come in here. And King of the Zombies is downstairs, fully being knocking on the door and being like, can somebody let me in?
Yeah.
And no, the lady doesn't. The representative is like, ooh, almost got. That's scary. So he makes a phone call, a full-ass zombie phone call, to try and lure people down. I love him so much.
He's out here proving Yi-hyun wrong. He's like, no, I'm making the opportunities I want to see in the world.
It's pure evil to be like, I'm in my human form now. I'm a man, a normal man, and everybody else is showering and wiping their hands of the whole mess. They're pretending they're not zombies. Not me.
No.
Not me. I'm looking for human blood.
I know there will be a time when I will want that blood. Not right now. Right now, I don't feel that. But there will be a time when I want it, and I will make that opportunity happen.
So, King, we love to see. He's psychotic. And the lawyer comes down to open the door. He's like, that is my client. And I was like, Sebum, push him out.
Yeah.
You have to push him out. This dude is like, I need this job. When, I'm sorry, like maybe I'm biased, maybe I'm the problem. That dude looks so bad.
Yeah.
The zombie king of zombies looks fucked up.
Like you can see every vein in his face.
His lips are like peeling off of him. His eyes are bloodshot and like there's huge dark circles. And this lawyer's just like, looks like a client to me.
Hi, buddy. Money, please.
I'm sorry. What? Like, how did the building rep clock that he's got a huge bandage on his neck? He's got blood under his nails. He's like, and even that stuff, I thought she would be like, you look bad. Like, before that, you look bad. Are you okay? Are you, like, even if Zombie Lord was like, I'm starving because I'm out here, there's no water in the other apartment buildings. Can you please let me in? But he gave no excuse for how bad he looked.
He was like, I don't have to. I think one of these assholes is gonna be just manipulatable enough. There's gotta be a better word for that. I feel like such an idiot.
I'm not here to help.
We know the same words.
We have one brain. Okay, we both came to the same conclusion, and that's the word we wanted.
Easy to manipulate. We'll go with a couple of words.
Yeah. Which, he's not wrong. For some reason, everybody in this building is like, I could still go for money. I could still do anything for money.
I'm so sorry, I just thought of the word.
What's the word?
It's gullible.
Yeah, that's a good one. He's gullible.
Done.
That's me, yeah. I'm gullible.
Me too. We're the same.
Apparently you're just like $300 to go outside and get madman rabies.
Yeah.
And people are like, I'll probably actually do it. I cannot believe.
Yeah.
Like,
I'm just trying to understand, because I think the thing is that by the time they lost access to the internet, there were videos released of what this looks like, right? Like, that's actually kind of what happened in the first place, is that Sobom's partner went in and got a video of how bad this looks. But if that's not enough for you, you could look out the window when all of the people were just tearing each other apart in the courtyard. That's also an option. But there's still a few people in this apartment complex that are like, nah, it can't be that bad. And it's crazy because the evidence is, it's not like there's not evidence of how bad it is. It's not like you're just taking the word of like people you don't like that much, right? You can find out for yourself without endangering everyone. But they won't. They won't.
No. Which is to say, I also feel like with Yishan and Sebum joining the party, they're like, we have reasons to go outside. And I could have been sold on Jo-hyung saying, I want people to go outside to look for food and water or survivors or something. But he's like, I just want you to go outside.
Yes.
I just want to pay you to go outside and see if the zombie apocalypse is real. And it's crazy to me that these people are like, sure. Like, tell me what the conditions are. Because maybe I would do it. Maybe I'd be stupid enough to be like, I want $300 right now. We're going to be out of quarantine in 7 days. If you give me the conditions, like, do I have to walk 100 feet away from the building and then just walk back? Because I'd go for it, but he's like, no, just go outside. And I'm like, for how long? To do what?
What's the plan here? And yeah, and we know that it's his whole thing is he's trying to get as many people killed as possible. Because if he does, then he walks away without any repercussions for murdering his wife. Like,
yeah,
this is all his little game he has invented with Jung Yi-hyun to like see who can outdo that, which is crazy because Jung Yi-hyun is not even playing the same, like they're not even playing the same game, because one of them is playing the I'm going to get you killed game and the other person is playing the I just want you to be held accountable for your actions game.
Wild.
Yeah.
Like, we don't like him in the moment where he smears blood on that guy's face, but we're still on Yi-hyun's side in principle, where he's like, you murdered someone, you should go to jail.
Yes.
And Oh Ji-hyun is like, I will murder everybody in this building so that I don't have to go to jail.
Yeah. And it's so tough. We should talk about that, like, because we referenced it for our hot takes. But I like kind of a deep dive, as much of a deep dive as we feel like going into, of the scene where he smeared blood all over his face. And it was so bad. It was so bad. Except in the moment when it first occurred, I was also the most mad I've been in this show at the fact that he was playing noises of his wife, like, as a zombie attacking like the door, banging around, making inhuman noises, and escalating the situation for his own benefit with no consequence. In that sense, I actually fully understand Yi-hyun's like pure rage, because I had that pure rage. I think the difference is that one of us is trained for, situations that are what's the word I'm looking for? Words have escaped me today.
Right.
On this day
not
that I'm
high
doing
stakes
a podcast.
situations, but high. Not energy.
High stress situations.
High stress situations, maybe.
Maybe, yeah. But like between me and Yi-hyun, one of us, it's our career to deal with criminals and people who do very bad things and de-escalate.
He's not de-escalating. He is fist fighting. They've both punched this man multiple times. And they're not wrong for it, but it's really hard to take their sides.
Yeah. I did like the kick. The like, he's running full speed and she just nails him in the stomach with her foot. That was actually good for my soul. Because I am hateful towards Ju-hyun. I am very hateful towards him. He's an awful person. He is he is the immediate threat villain versus the CEO, who is the non-immediate threat villain. And this immediate threat villain is getting me angry in a way that it's been a while. It's been a while since someone has gotten me this mad in a television show.
I get that. I get that rage that you felt at the sound playing. I think I am the problem because I fully was mad at the other cop, the third guy, for not even being downstairs. He's not even there by the door. He's like, I trust everyone in this apartment to make sure that my friends get home safe.
Yeah.
Wild take. Okay. So you're just gonna sit upstairs?
Actually had to be the one to be like, hey, should we go check on them?
She's the one that's like, hey, let's go check on them. She takes him downstairs. He goes downstairs. He's like, oh, my friends are locked out, but let me handle the phone situation first. I'm like, nope. Order of priority here is get those people inside, my guy. Let's open the door first, then take care of the phone. He's like, give me the phone. I've never held a phone before. I can't figure out the sounds. I'm panicking. I don't know what to do. I So, like, you're mad at Yihyun for not handling high stress situations. I am enraged at this third cop for being like, I've never held a phone. I've never prioritized a situation where I had to save lives. I don't know what I'm doing here. I'm just gonna panic and like spin in circles essentially while the little girl unlocks the door. She's the only one who's like, I got this. I'm gonna let them in. She unlocks the door, and then Yihyun comes in and just throws the phone on the floor. He's like, problem solved. We don't need to figure out the phone right now. And it's all over in a matter of like 10 seconds. But it could have been 1 second if he had just been downstairs.
Yes.
Or if he had come downstairs, assessed the situation, and been like, first, let them in. Then go attack Ho Ju Young. Like, that will be my job. I don't understand any of it. I was so mad at him.
Yeah.
The incompetence is unbelievable.
Absolutely unbelievable. It's unreal. And yeah. Oh my god. All of it. Like, everyone is so incapable of doing their jobs. At least our two main characters are extremely capable. They are extremely capable.
Thank
they
God.
are overly aggressive. But they do know what they're doing. I think the main problem for them right now that they're facing is there is not like 24 of them.
Right? And nobody will consult them.
Yeah.
I'm so sorry. We're just like, there's no order to this episode because we need to talk about Grocery Store Girl being like, I'm gonna go outside and I'm not gonna tell the only two people here who can handle being outside. I'm just gonna walk out. I'm just gonna fucking leave.
Yeah. Especially when she was
you.
in the worst possible situation. That is kind of a plot hole for me, that she was able to be manipulated with money after because she does need money. She did say that. But after the situation that she was in, where she was crouched down in the grocery store behind the front counter, pretty much just waiting for her time, and through the grace of Joo-hyun being a monster, people showed up and saved her. And
she's like,
then,
I'll go back out for
yeah, she
$100.
turned around and immediately, yeah, for a couple hundo, I'll do it.
I don't
What
know
do
how
you
much he
mean?
offered her, but you can't imagine it was enough, right?
No, yeah, absolutely not. If I had seen what she had seen, even in my most desperate times when I was like a poor college student who ate like one small meal a day, like there's no way I would have accepted money to do that. I'm a coward, I guess.
But if you were like, hey, I'm gonna do it, would you not try to prepare in any way, shape, or form? Would you not try and protect yourself? One, you're just going out in your sweatpants. And two, tell the only two adults that are there that you know and trust. Like, I don't know, it just feels like somebody here has to acknowledge their expertise, but everyone in the building is like, seems like just a dozen individuals going in a dozen directions.
Yes.
That's a choice. You can choose to stop doing that.
Do we fear that perhaps no one trusts the only two capable adults here because they have been a bit aggressive?
I mean, yeah. Clearly they're like aggressive people and probably in the wrong, but again, you see a single zombie and it's hard not to be like, I'm gonna be with the dude that has a gun.
Yeah. I would definitely be aligned with the woman who I mean, not anyone saw that, but who kicked a man running full speed in the stomach and launched him backward.
Right?
That is who I was hanging out with. I would be like, hey, maybe I could have an uni as well. Maybe me as well could be living in their house with them. What if we were best friends?
What if we were best friends? What if I lived with you? Where is she living, anyways? I don't know. It doesn't matter. I'm just mad. Why can't everybody trust them, even though they're not good people and they're very aggressive? It just seems like they are competent.
Yeah.
And still very human.
Yeah.
It's hard not to like them when they're the only ones in the meeting being like, hey, we could all get this disease. Let's not throw this guy out to the wolves.
Yeah.
Because we could be next.
We're not better than him. And that's just the truth. Like, we're not better than him. That is a point in their corner. They're not the worst people. They show a lot of humanity to even people who have pissed them off.
Yeah. It's, again, there's still problems, but it's hard not to be like, they're very human. They appreciate human rights.
Yeah.
Unless it comes to OJ Young. But
he's forfeited
anyone
his.
Else,
Yeah.
He's sacrificed his human rights by behaving inhumanely.
Yeah. We actually should have ejected him from the building a long time ago. We should not have housed up with a suspected murderer. That was always a bad idea. He does not have a problem with murder.
Yeah. It's crazy because I think Sang-hee is really panicked in the moment when he starts playing the zombie noises. She's like, they could really die. And I'm like, did you not watch him beat his wife to death? Yeah. I'm pretty sure that's the implication that we had.
Yeah, that she was in the room and she... it's crazy that she's still living with him. It's crazy that she's still living with. I know it also feels like kind of bad police work that she was ever left alone with him to be manipulated. That, like, we never talked about that last week.
That's a huge loophole.
Yeah.
Why would you be like, we have one witness, this is the airtight case, and we're gonna leave her alone with you for the next 2 hours?
Yep.
For what reason? There's plenty of other places in this building that she could exist. Okay. And she's like, I'm actually gonna make my move on the lawyer.
My god.
That was
she knows
the
how
lawyer's
to pick
arc.
them. Yeah.
What is happening? I felt like I was pretty neutral disappointed with the lawyer from scene 1. Like, he seems kind of skeezy. But I am always so deeply disappointed when the dude gets mean to his wife.
Yep.
When it's like, you had one characteristic left. You seem like a skeezy, doofy lawyer. But you're like, I fell in love with my secretary. What a cute romantic story. At least, like, we have this weird little love where she goes to the meetings and I chicken out, but she still loves me. And then one episode later, he's like, no, actually, I'm gonna try and cheat on her and belittle her and be just the meanest man possible. And I'm like, oh, fully, I hate you.
Yeah. Like, she was your redeeming quality.
She was your redeeming quality, that's it!
Yeah. Like, the fact that you loved her was it. That was all you had left after everything you've pulled.
And you're like, I shouldn't have married an uneducated woman. I'm sorry, what? Girl, hit him.
Yeah. Push him out the building.
Yeah, push him out the window. Just say it was an accident. I don't know. There's murder in this building.
Yeah. At this point, everyone's kind of open to just rampant murder. So
why not?
Yeah. Speaking of people being really mean to their wives, I guess that little grandma is having the toughest time of anyone in the whole building, huh?
Okay, we will get to that. But I want to first establish, does she have antibodies? Is she fine? Because I know it's only been like 2 or 3 days. But it feels like forever when every day is so long and she's like, ooh, the scratch is still there. And I'm like, but you're not showing any other symptoms. Please be just fine.
Yeah, you're not like drinking water like crazy, but it is interesting because we don't know when the symptoms of, outside of what we've
Anyone.
seen, of like anyone has progressed to the extent that like they had the what's his face, the gym trainer, locked up for like 2 days, and he showed no signs of changing until he was under extreme stress. She is always under extreme stress.
Constantly.
Her whole family belittles her constantly.
They're
And
so cruel, actively cruel to her.
yeah, so is it a period of time? Is it extreme stress that causes them to change? Um
I don't know.
I don't know. Who's to say? Cuz
Who's
like
to say?
cuz Minji, the wife who was killed, changed after she got hit in the head with a golf club.
Mm-hmm.
So
And I think the partner, so Sebum's partner, changed after he went into the zombie shed, the zombie truck,
yes, and got very stressed out there.
by being attacked by a horde of zombies.
Yes.
So that
So
was like maybe 24 hours for him, I thought. His
yeah.
was pretty quick.
Well, no, cuz he got scratched at the same time that Sebum got scratched. And hers
Yeah.
was a couple of days, right? Or like more than a couple of
Okay.
days, right? Because they were able to establish, I guess, though, they established she wasn't infected through blood tests. No one else is volunteering themselves to like get checked out. So,
I think you're right. She was, because she stayed in the secret hospital and then
for
she came back for like a checkup. So yeah, it must have been a lot longer than I thought.
it
It
was like,
just, time was going a lot faster. Whereas now they have at least one point in almost every episode where there's like D5, D4, and it's, they're giving us the days. Before we didn't have a timeline. So in my mind, he had changed really quickly. But I
yeah,
think you're right. I think we don't have a good estimate. I think I just thought I have hope in my heart because zombies are in the building. And I thought that first gym guy would be a problem. That was a huge reveal that we can get to. It was really cool to see that he eventually did turn, and it was like,
yeah,
they were right. My
I,
guys weren't just locking up an innocent man. But
yeah,
then you're waiting for grandma because he's locked up. He's okay. He's under house arrest. Grandma's still out there, so you're like, she's gonna be problem number 2. She's gonna turn and start attacking people. End of episode 6, they're like, nah, we let him in. We
yeah.
let King Zombie in.
So she's not the problem. We already know that the brother of the artist, author, he's a goner. Their whole storyline is so devastating and frustrating because I am 110% team her. What is her name? I have it pulled up.
Von Hee is the actor's name.
Yeah,
Hee-von.
Hee-von.
Park Hee-von.
Hyun Kyung is the name of the character.
Okay. But we
And
go by their stereotypes here, or their jobs.
yeah.
Nobody can remember all these people.
There's a lot of people in this place.
It's too many people.
She is awesome. It's like everyone who voted to not throw the guy out seems to be like the quote unquote good guys, like the
Right?
reasonable people who are valuing, like humanity, the like collective effort to survive versus like the individualistic approach of I do whatever's best for me, throw them
I'll
to the
play musical
wolves.
chairs.
Yeah.
We can throw each one out as they come. That's fine with me.
Yeah. Not a problem. I'm not worried about them. I'm only worried about me. So like she was like one of the ones who like voted good. What is interesting though, like I say that we can say like here's like who we know values like humanity and like collective efforts. Here's who we know doesn't. But there are a few people who like crossed the boundary to an extent. Cause I don't think the cleaners are particularly bad, but the only one of the cleaners, sorry, there's a couple of cleaners. There's like the deep cleaners, and then there's like the one cleaner who like lives in the dorms at the
Right.
apartment.
I want to say is like the building rep currently, but we can't call her that because the other lady's like, I'm the building rep.
Yeah. And she voted humanity. And
Yes.
so did Andrew. But the other two cleaners, who seem fine, they're not bad, but like they're
Right.
scared. They vote like throw him out.
Right.
So it's like we do have some crossing boundaries of like some people are just scared. Understandably.
The children are getting too loud. Not my children. The neighborhood.
The neighborhood children are screaming outside of the window.
Please don't. Please
Stop.
refrain.
Be normal.
Being normal. Yeah. And then I'm trying to remember. I know the mistress, Sang-hee, votes to throw him out because she's trying to seduce the lawyer for some reason.
Yeah.
I feel like she's a neutral, terrible person in that she just wants money.
Yeah, she wants money and is, mostly just like self-interested, but seemingly not simply survival. Otherwise, she would not be shacked up with a murderer. That
seems like a really dumb move.
Yeah. So she's like not incredibly smart, but she's trying to hitch her horse to a new wagon that is also not good.
Yep.
But
actively getting worse.
Number 1501, Kim Se-hoon, excuse me. He's a wild card because up until the end of episode 6, he was like kind of our hero. He showed up, he turned the votes around.
Yeah, because the little girl's vote didn't count.
Yeah. Saepom holding her hand up higher, like she's voting.
Like, actually, she's number 6. I'm number 7. Yeah, 1501 shows up. But wait, can we put a pin in this really fast? I'm so sorry.
No,
I just want to give an Oscar nomination where one is due to Park Hee-van, who plays the novelist. She has that like final little arc before her brother dies, and I just felt like that scene where there's a sticky note on the door for the trainer that she's like, if you want to talk, we can hang out, my guy. And then she starts getting into it with her brother, and she's like, I would talk to the trainer, but I don't want to talk to him about my personal financial issues with my brother. So she's like, we're going to take this outside. And they take it outside, and she has a little moment of like, life has been really unfair, and our parents have always loved you more. And like, that's a whole thing. And then they hear a sound together, and I feel like that brings them together a little bit in their final moments. And they're like, do we open the door? It's full horror scene movie. He opens the door, he turns around, he's like, things are good. And then he dies. And I feel like just this whole 5 to 10 minutes that she gets from the gym into the hallway when she sees her brother dying are deserving of some sort of award.
Right?
Because she does a masterclass in acting.
Yeah, I was heartbroken for her, and I loved like the entire monologue that she gives about, listen, you've gotten everything and I have said nothing, and you are still acting like I owe you something, like I am withholding anything from you. I am not. And I was like, I felt the injustice of that. Like, I was frustrated with her. I was standing behind her, glaring at him and trying to will him to understand how much he has already gotten and the world doesn't owe him everything, and especially his sister doesn't. And then the punches don't stop coming for her, and that is devastating.
Like, she sees him get got, and I forgot even the next part, which is her going back to the gym and barricading the door, and then looking behind her and realizing that she's barricaded herself in with what she just saw. Like, she signed up to hang out with the trainer, seeing him as a person and not having seen the zombies.
Yeah.
And so she's like, yeah, I'll hang out with this dude. He's still a person. And then she sees one kill her brother, and she's
Yeah.
like, now I'm locked in here with one. And it is, oh, chef's kiss. I just thought that gave me chills. That was so good.
Yeah. Incredible.
Incredible. But
Yeah.
then 1501, you're so right. We have to end on that because that's one of the 3 cliffhangers we got. We've got her in the basement. We've got floor 5 or something where stupid blonde boy and grocery store girl are like, the zombies are in. And cop number 3 and the preacher are like, what zombies? And there's that mess. And then all the way to the penthouse, which I have another hot take. I can hold on to it though because it's sort of misplaced.
Is it about him?
It's about Yi-hyun and how he has a quote-unquote bad ankle, but he goes from the basement to the rooftop and or the penthouse at least 3 or 4 times a day.
Yeah. He's
and I'm
booking
like,
it.
bullshit.
Bullshit. Get back into the major leagues.
Get your ass back in the major leagues. I can't. I had knee surgery. I can barely walk up a few flights of stairs. Even if I was peak fitness, I don't think I'd be walking up 16 flights of stairs with ease multiple times a day.
All the time.
I
Booking
hate
it
you.
sometimes if I feel that Sebom is in trouble. No.
No. This bitch is taking the elevator.
The one thing Sebom said probably don't do.
And he's doing it. No, that was my hot take, is that broke my immersion. How's he going from the rooftop to the basement and back so many times?
Yeah.
I hate it.
It's wild. It's wild how many floors these people are climbing. And I am a little confused just at the layout that they've given us of apartments, because we know that people live on floor 5, 6, and then we have a big jump, 12.
To 12 and 15.
Yeah. Oh, we've got people on 4 as well.
Do we? Oh, that's where the writer lives?
Yeah. And 3 is... Oh,
the
interesting.
Old couple.
Also the cleaners, they have on Asian Wiki, they have floor numbers. They're on 2.
Yeah, the cleaners are on 2 because they're staying in the empty apartment where they were cleaning.
Oh,
getting
got it.
Ready for a resident to move into.
Didn't live there. Yes, I remember that now. That makes sense. So yes,
so they are living with the apartment manager, Ajima.
Yeah. So we have a jump from 6 to 12 and then 12 to 15. No one is living on the floors between.
Yeah, these property owners are really like, we gotta keep our values up. But it's like, I don't know. There's only like 2 of you in the building. So how valuable is your apartment? I guess, yeah. It's weird. Anyways, Floor 15. Floor 15. Floor 15.
Floor 15.
The big cliffhanger, Raquel. Because Sebom goes up and we are fully unsuspecting.
Yeah, we're like, oh, cute. They're becoming friends. Maybe like this will lead to us knowing a way out of this terrible situation that's about to go down, because he's invested in all of the military supply. I was like, oh, he's their secret. He's got it. He's been doomsday prepping for forever.
And this is doomsday.
Yep.
He's ready. He's probably super excited to share with 14 other terrible people.
Right. He at least seems to be attached to Sebom on some level where I'm like, he'll work with her. He was willing to come down and do a vote for her. Like, she appealed to him. He voted with the good guys. He voted for humanity and not for individual survival. And so we care about him, right?
Yeah, he's a good man, right?
And then they rolled it out in the best possible order of events, where everything drops all at once, where they're like, She's just like gone into his apartment. He looks around. He does make a show of like looking down the hallway for witnesses, which was suspicious, but I was like, that's probably a red herring. They're not trying, like, they're just trying to make me feel like spooked about something
That's
that's
what he
probably not
always
that bad.
does. He's a
Yeah.
little freak.
He is a spooky little guy. That's fine. Like, so is Andrew, and Andrew turned out to be a really, really decent person. He voted good guys, and he also
Yes. As we can tell, Andrew is definitely normal at this point.
Ooh. Normal Andrew is what they call him.
And normal is good, so good and normal Andrew and
Yeah.
1501.
The two people whose faces we've never seen.
Until now.
Until now.
Because, yeah, they're like, he invites her in. She's like, oh, I can see your stash. And we're like, ooh, we get to see his apartment. And then they're like, zombie in the basement, zombie on the first floor. And freaking flashback to Yishan talking to the trainer, the gym guy, and being like, we're talking drugs. I don't remember the context. And he's like, I saw 1501 buying a whole bunch of drugs.
The whole thing of drugs. He bought all the drugs.
He bought one kit and one caboodle. And he's got drugs on drugs. And we don't know that that's a bad thing, but it's not good.
Yeah. Because it could genuinely be him doomsday prepping, right?
Yes.
He's never taken them. He just bought them thinking he would need medicine at some point, potentially.
He would need the uppers.
Yeah.
In
but
the doomsday.
He maybe hasn't taken them.
Please no.
Please.
But we get that context as Yihyun rushes up from the basement 15 flights of stairs and gets to the door, and he's like, hey, my wife's here. Let me in. And 1501 is like, no. That's such a choice. That is such a choice. Do you know how volatile this man is?
Do we think it's interesting because he could be very bad, or they could be throwing another red herring to us.
I'm really hoping it's a red herring. It feels a little too easy for it to be bad.
Yeah, it does. To be like, and he was a bad guy the whole time, and he has all of the military supplies, and he was just cooperating with Sebum for his own selfish purposes or whatever. But yeah. I think it's a red herring. I could be totally wrong.
But that's why we had to record today, so that I can find out this week instead of a full ass week later.
Yeah.
What is going on, because it's a little bit getting my blood pressure up to be like, oh, Yihyun has to save Sebum. Like, he has to at least get into that apartment. Because he, at this point, is our POV. I don't think we're going to get Sebum as our POV, which is what we thought when she's like, oh, I can come in. We were going to be like, yeah, we can all come in.
All of us together.
All of us together. Show us your army supplies. This is going to be so fun. And then he gets sketch. So now we have to have Yihyun breaking in.
Yeah.
Somehow, I don't think he's going to break in. I think he has to be let in.
Yeah. My thought is that he won't let Yihyun in specifically because he doesn't have the rapport with him. That he seems like a very distrustful person. He's a doomsday prepper who is trying to prepare for the end of times across all fronts. He's like, global warming is a problem. He's like, we saw COVID. He's like, what else? He gives 5 examples where I'm like, I didn't need to be reminded, but thanks. And so yeah, he's prepping for all 5 horsemen of the apocalypse, all 15 horsemen of the apocalypse. And my thought is, if he is a red herring, it is because he trusts Sebum and does not trust Yihyun. But I am also curious about why he suddenly doesn't have a mask on.
Right? Why is he naked?
Why are you naked? Why is your face naked?
Full nude. You don't have your hazmat suit on, so what's going on? Okay, freak. Let me in. I just panic to think what Yi-hyun will do if he's not let in, you know?
Yeah, well, I mean, we know we've got bad cop and bad cop. Both of them want to be bad cop. They've already talked about it. They're like, what if we were both bad cop?
What if we're both bad cop? We should both be bad cop. And you are. Congrats. You've been bad cops this whole time.
Yeah. So the thing is that I don't put it past Yi-hyun to burn bridges to get into that apartment.
Right? He's gonna go to the apartment below and literally burn a hole through the ceiling.
In under 3 minutes. It's going to be an incredible feat of human, I don't know, flame throwing.
What is that, MacGyver? He's gonna MacGyver his way in and destroy everything in his path. Hopefully to look the fool.
Yeah, no one lives on the 14th floor, so...
Yeah, it doesn't matter. Yeah. I'm so excited. There's zombies in the building.
They're in the building.
So much happening.
I'm scared, but I'm also excited. I think that what they've done a good job of is making me worried about I still think one of our leads gets bitten before the end. And I think it's gotta be Yi-hyun, because we've already established that Sebum has antibodies.
Right.
So but I also think that there is the potential for a cure. We just lose access to Yi-hyun to some extent.
But we're in the last half. So I think we're going to get a cure, and probably worse things are going to start happening.
Yep. It's going to get worse before it gets better, but like in a good way for both of those things.
In the way that we like. It's going to be so good. Do you have any more thoughts before we stop?
Just that they've made me afraid for the people I like, and they've made me afraid of the people I hate.
Ooh, that's such a good way to put it.
Yeah, they've done a good job. They've done some good hero and villain building across everyone in the apartment.
I'm so excited. Yeah. Okay. Sorry you guys have to wait till next week to hear our next thoughts, but keep going with the show. I don't know, binge it all. I understand. Yeah. You don't have to wait for us.
Leave us behind.
Leave us behind. Go do you.
Yeah.
We will see you next week. Send us an email at playonkpodcast@gmail.com.
Yeah, we also have our website where you can find links to our affiliates, sign up for our newsletter, find episodes, all of that stuff. It's kind of quiet over there, but check it out at playonk.com.
Yeah, you can find our Patreon. That's usually where we're doing stuff, where you can find the video episodes and maybe early access. We might be changing up the tiers. We haven't decided. Go check out our Patreon, patreon.com/playonk, to see what we've got.
Yeah, we also have our, just like aside from listening to this point, which really is wonderful, and thank you so much for listening, but the other way that is free to help us is to rate, review, and subscribe wherever you find us. It really helps us out. It helps other K-drama podcast listeners find us.
Yeah, you can find us at PlayOnK or at PlayOnK Podcast on all of your favorite social media sites, and we'd love it if you'd give us a hey.
Yeah. And thanks to Matt for doing our edits and for being our producer, and to yours for our amazing theme song that we love so much. And we will see everyone next week for the next 2 episodes of Happiness.
Okay, bye.
Okay, bye.